Hey everybody, it's Carrie and welcome back to another video. In this video, we are of course going to be going over what I crocheted in a week. And I want to preface this by saying like not everything that I crocheted is actually included in this video because I ended up crocheting a few things that are on my table that have not been like sewn, so I'm not gonna include it because there would just be a lot of like random parts right now because they're not fully assembled, but I will definitely show you guys what I've made. And I also didn't do this like necessarily like a week to week. So the prior week was just really weird with having like my market and whatnot because I didn't really crochet for like a couple days. Maybe I just got like one thing done. So I didn't really consider that like the week. So I actually, instead of doing what I normally do, like Thursday to Thursday, I did Sunday to Sunday. There might be like one or two extra items, but honestly, the extra days that I added in like didn't make a big difference. And you'll see that a lot of these items that I made are kind of smaller. I had like my goals that I wanted to reach, and I'm happy to say that I did in like my Mushi Pops, my ducks, and my chicks. So there's a lot more smaller items than I would say larger ones, but I also did get to accomplish like, I want to say probably like 2 larger items. But without further ado, let's go over what I made. So even though it is not Christmas and these guys were such a big hit at my Christmas market, I decided I was gonna go ahead and make some more penguins. So I just made them in the normal color because I didn't really know if I should do the multicolor again, maybe if I have time, but I kind of wanted to focus on like normal penguins. It's not Christmas. I don't know if people will buy them even out of Christmas, but I do remember at my November market that I did last year, a lot of people really like love the little penguins and I couldn't keep them in stock. So I went ahead and I made 5. So here's another one, and another one, and another one. So I got all 5 of these penguins done. We're gonna see how things go and how everything else is moving with what I'm making, if I make more, but I feel like 5 is like a pretty standard good number to have, especially since I don't really know how popular they're gonna be since we aren't in a winter time. Like I'm undecided, but I wanted to have them because they're also super easy to make for me. And I basically got all of these guys done in one day. So it was good to be able to check off one more animal off my list for the market. So I got these 5. So if you watched my video with like my crochet with me video, I think I talked about my clownfish that I was doing. And so I went ahead and I got all of these clownfish done. I just made 5 again because I really don't know how people are going to like them. And as I mentioned, I went ahead and just made them baby safe. I feel like a lot of people see a clownfish, and this market I was at before, everyone was like, oh my god, Nemo, and they had like little kids, but the safety eyes kind of like deterred some of them. So I decided, you know what, let's make them all with embroidered eyes, then I don't have to even worry. If someone older wants one, they can still get it, but then it also just like allows me to have another option to sell it to maybe someone younger or as a gift for somebody. So 3 of them have these normal eyes, and then 2 of them have these eyes where there is a little white. So I'd love to hear you guys if you think that the little bit of white looks better or just straight black, because I was really undecided and I wanted to have a little bit of options. So I have 2 of them with this like white, and then 3 of them are just solid black. But I've got 5. I think I'm gonna be pretty all right on them right now, but let's see. If I end up having time, maybe I'll make a few more. If not, I'm not gonna worry about it. I can only worry about so much in my life. So I have 2 hedgehogs. This kind of like mustard color is a remake of one of the ones that sold at the market that I did. And then I went ahead and made this kind of like lighter gray. I actually want to think Sweet Snuggles calls this like silver because it does kind of have like a bluish tint, like grayish bluish. So I went ahead and made one in this color because the other gray hedgehog I have is a lot darker of a gray. So I thought, well, what's the problem with having a little variety in the grays? So I made this one and the lighter one, and then this mustard type one was the replacement for the one that I sold at the market. So I've got 2 more of these guys. So in total, I have 3 hedgehogs in my inventory. As I stated earlier, I went ahead and made 6 more Mushi Pops, and so basically I'm done making Mushi Pops because I had 4 left over from my previous market and I just kind of decided on 10. So I went ahead and knocked all these guys out in one day so I don't have to worry about making more Mushi Pops. Mushi Pops are a great way for me to use up some Premier Parfait Chunky that I have. that I really don't have like a reason to have. Like, I don't really know why I bought the colors that I did, but I wanted to get rid of them, so that's one of the reasons I'm making Mushi Pops, because I wasn't necessarily going to, but I have so much Premier Parfait in this mushroom color and this red that I was like, oh my gosh, I just gotta figure out a way to get rid of it, and these guys are the best for it. I also have some that have like the smaller little eyes, kind of like our little smush up. I have some with smaller eyes, I have some with big eyes, I have some with like straight face. Just, I try and give them all like different personalities. I can't tell you how many times I have gone to a market and somebody's been like, I really like it with like the really big eyes, or I really like it with like really small eyes. Like, everyone has a lot of different preferences, so I'll do a lot of times where I'll do like repeats where one of them has like big eyes and then one of them has small eyes and one of them has this face and the other one has that face. And you know, who doesn't love a little personality in their plushie? I like them all to be different. They're just like people, you know. We're all a little different. So I've got my 6 little Mushi Pops and I am done with Mushi Pops. Moving on to another item that I'm completely done with. As of right now, it could change, is I did end up kind of hitting my goal for these Roosters. I made 10 more. So in total, I have 20 in my inventory, and I'm just gonna kind of call it like a quits there. Got all of these guys done basically in one day. I don't think I'm gonna be able to hold them all, so we'll try. Oh my gosh. Okay guys, I got it. So these are the 10 that I got done this past week, and I'm officially done making these Roosters as of right now, because I would be shocked if I sold 20 at a market. I mean, oh, we're losing them. But here are the 10 that I made, and now we're gonna move on to the next one. And then I went ahead and finished the chicks as well. I made another 10, and I think I had leftover ones, so I think like it's either the chicks or the Roosters. It could be the Roosters. I have more like 22, 23, but I did go ahead and make another 10 of these guys, which is so funny because I totally forgot to bring it into the market, the last market I did, so I'm just collecting them at this point. I've got so many. We're gonna try and hold them again, but I lost a few that time. Oh no. Oh no. No. Well, I didn't get everyone because they all started flying. Here's a little snippet of some of them that I made, and I have 10. Now I gotta go pick up all the ones that just flew. And then to go over the 2 big items that I made this week, like, I didn't make that many big items. I made a lot of smaller items, which definitely meant that I made like a lot of quantity, but I did make 2 bigger items, and I will show you guys because they're both the same pattern, they're just different. So I made another one of my little dragons, and this guy is made out of Sweet Snuggles and this ice green and then yellow. And this is one of my favorite combinations in terms of colors. I think the ice green and the yellow just like work so well together. And I wanted to make a dragon in this color. So I got this guy done, got the spikes, got all this good stuff. And recently I've been having a few people ask me a little bit about my dragons, so I guess I'll just go ahead and say it in this video. Roughly, I want to say I don't really ever count how long it takes me to crochet, because it is very rare that I ever do one project like in one go, unless it's something small. A lot of my bigger projects, I end up starting and then stopping and then starting something new, and then like maybe the next morning or the next afternoon, I'll pick it back up. But me like just sitting down and doing a whole larger project in like one go or one day, it's just not something that I do. I don't really have the attention span or patience to focus on one thing for that long. So I usually end up like going like 50 different places until the end. I think roughly, I would say between the time it takes me to crochet and then the time it takes me to sew, I would assume it's like 4 or 5 hours. I would assume, like, I don't really know for certain. And the other market that I did sell one of my dragons for 60. Now going into this next market, I don't know if I'm gonna be doing 60. I probably feel like I'm gonna go up a little bit to like 65 or 70, just because of course these dragons do require quite a bit of sewing and the pieces can be a little bit tedious. So I probably will go up a little bit, but nothing too crazy. I have had a few people ask me recently about the time it takes me and the price, which is why I wanted to just come out here and say that that's kind of what I charge. I had my Sakura one at like 80, I think, but that one has not sold. Whoever buys that dragon is going to be buying it because they love pink and they like the detail and they like the flowers. Like, that's not a generic plushie is what I would say. But this is the first dragon I got done. And then the second dragon I got done is this guy. And this is made out of Burnett baby blanket. It's not the normal one, it's the baby. And then I did the wings and everything in this light pink. And I want to go ahead and give another big shout out to the person who suggested that I make a dragon in this color, because it really did help me get rid of some of my yarn, because I have so much yarn in this color and it's just not really a color that I do, and it's not really a yarn that I do. I think most people, if you've been following me for a while, just kind of like know how much I genuinely dislike Burnett blanket. So the fact that I made something this big in Burnett blanket, I should be getting some type of award, because it just doesn't happen very often. I am committed to getting rid of these skeins that I have, because I have so much yarn in my room. I'm like, I gotta start getting rid of some of this stuff, especially the yarn that I don't actually like use enough or like enough to keep in stock and keep using. Beck Made Studio, B-E-K, and then Made Studio is the one who suggested me to make this dragon. So I was really happy with how it turned out. It was super cute. And if you guys ever have any other suggestions, make sure to let me know. I always love to like see what people want me to make, or I love to see what you guys are making. The crochet community is such a, I always say, like, it's almost like a friendly hug. Like, everyone is pretty good. We all always just want to support each other. So I always love it when people comment and give me like ideas, and I always love to see what people are making. Huge thanks again to her for suggesting me to make this, because I honestly wouldn't have. I would have just like thrown those skeins back in my closet and been like, see you later. See you in another year. So that is pretty much everything that I made in the past week from Sunday to Sunday. This week is gonna be a little bit slower, but I'm still hoping to accomplish quite a few things. It's just not gonna be as many items as it was this past week, especially since I was focusing so much on these smaller items. If you enjoyed this video, let me know your thoughts or what you're making right now, or any of that type of fun stuff. I always love to read everyone's comments. Not always the best at replying, just depending on how busy I am, but I always read pretty much everything that's commented. But I hope you guys have an amazing rest of the day, and I hope to see you in the next video, which will be hopefully another crochet with me like weekly video. We'll see. I'm trying. But I hope you guys have an amazing rest of the day, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.